work with some confidence, cause I want you twerk like you got no sense. You know it won't hurt to try and pretend. Just go berserk with all your friends. Let me see all your curves and bends, how you extend, the way you make that ass ascend. I know I'ma be addicted by the end. Just move. Let me see what you got to prove. I wanna see how you move. Let me see what you can do. Just move. Show me how you get down. Move. Bring out all your friends now. Move. Show me how you work out. Move. Everybody turn out. Move. Now, I see you acting quiet, don't deny it, but I don't really buy it. Let me see what you be supplying. I wanna see them hips move on time, and I know you can do it without trying. So let me slide in, break you down, girl. What's the buy-in? Pound for pound, girl, I'm Orion. You can double check the sizing. So let's get a couple drinks, see what else ties in. If it's you and me alone, then I'm riding. Don't worry about the cab, cause I'm buying. The thought of your ex-man ain't surviving. I could change your next plan like a siren.
I am sipping some fucking peach cider. Yeah. 100% BC apples.
Let me see what you can do.
But with peach in it. What?
Show me how you get down. Move. Bring out all your friends now. Move. Show me how you work out. Move. Everybody turn out. Move. Now, enough of this chit chat.
Okay. You're aware of these things. Okay.
Show me how you clap that. Don't be abstract.
All right.
Show all these other girls they half-ass.
Oh, I gotta adjust.
Is this
Oh, you're on.
audio okay? Like should we?
You're live.
Okay.
Sorry, I just switched over. Say again.
I was saying like is the audio okay on here?
Yeah, the audio is good. I've been having a couple things with it, but usually people let me know like, yo, switch it or turn it up a bit. So pretty solid on it. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, just want to introduce Robbie G himself, the man, the myth, the legend. A lot of local artists know him here in the area. Robbie, why don't you give some people kind of a little introduction about yourself? I feel like it's unnecessary, but just to give them a little bit of people who don't know.
For people who don't know who I am, my name is Robbie G. I love hip hop. I rap and write and record and do videos and put together shows and just do anything that I can to help contribute something to the music scene and to hip hop in general. And yeah, I love what I do and I do what I love.
You know what you sound like right now? You sound like me when I describe my bar. Because you are underselling the shit out of yourself right now. Yes, you do all of that. You do all that and more, though. But, like, you know what I mean? I can say I do all that. I do all that in Niagara, for essentially. I love hip-hop. I love music. I can say that, and it still relates to me and pertains to me. I think this is actually why we kind of can work together on such many levels, is because we kind of have a lot of things in common, like describing our work. Like, bro, as a person who has worked with you, so you have done things that, event planners and local Canadian artists, not just hip hop artists, but Canadian artists in general haven't been able to do. You know what I mean? You've been able to build a brand. Name some of the people you've toured with, bro, just so they get a recollection of why I'm trying to why you're underselling yourself.
The names of people that's the people I've toured with are awesome. I mean, I've had the pleasure of touring with my friends, my homies, and big artists, smaller artists in Canada.
You see, you're still underselling. Let them know. Put some respect
in
on
Canada,
your name,
here people in Canada, the people that I'm really blessed to worked and toured with, people that I look up to and respect and love, people like Classified, Merck, Evil, Mocha, Swollen, Mad, Snack, everybody that I kind of like grew up listening to in Canadian hip hop, even like Socrates, Choclair, stuff like that, like people that I had my eyes on early on, and then more international acts like Akon, Nelly's, Sean Paul's, Snoop, the Wu-Tang Clan. That was probably one of the biggest shows.
That's sorry, real quick.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out.
Obi Trice. Obi Trice touring with him was cool. Joel Ortiz. Yeah, people that people I looked up to and really respected as people in the scene who've done their thing. And yeah, hopefully I'll be there someday myself, and just working to continue to establish myself as an artist here in Canada and hopefully internationally when things open up again. But doing what I can online to reach people all over, and really having a good time with it. There's now doing these online shows and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like connect
I was gonna
people
say,
overseas. I've got fans in the UK holding me down. I got fans in India now holding me down. Like people in the States. I've got some lady in the States who does like mad carp fishing. She's a huge fan. She's sending me a packet of like her carp hats and stuff that support her what she loves. And yeah, I just connecting with people all over has been really cool. But I mean, I'm blessed to have awesome people that support the music that I do, and I'm just gonna continue making more of it and try and reach more people with the messages inside the music. I've got a new album coming out, as you know, May 19th on my birthday.
yes, yes, yes. I was gonna say,
The hard
speak on that.
copy
Speak on
comes
that,
out.
please. Please
So
speak on that.
yeah, it's my life story in an album, basically. It's a lot of who I am and what I'm about. So I'm really excited, and I've got some different sounds on there, some cool songs that are gonna make people get really hyped. So I'm excited to drop some of this
Well, I
material
gotta.
on people, and uh, and get people excited. 'Cause we dropped one video recently last week, back like wow, and that's doing really good and people are enjoying that. So shout outs to everybody who has been playing that record and checking out the video and sharing it and stuff. So yeah, and I dropped a few other singles before that are also going to be on the album. Ball Drop and Stressed Out, another record that I dropped last year. That one's going to be on the album. And then we've got a bunch more that are about to come out. So Life Keys, May 19th is when it's coming out officially as a hard copy. And then I will be announcing when it gets released to all DSPs and everything else after
And
that.
just before, I don't. I got you for a little bit of time, so I don't want to. I don't want to let you. I know you got so much going on. You can go on. You can go on all day. Just I know you. I know you. I'm not gonna cut you off. But so before we get into like my topic share questions, I kind of want to get into on the album. There, do you have any specific merch or anything, or anything that coming out like that's special for this album? Anything different? What do you got going on? I know you always got something new in the bag. So come on, you always got on some.
I mean, I've got for back like wow, I've got a T-shirt coming. That's pretty cool. I've got another T-shirt coming. That I'm really happy about. This like Dragon Ball Z inspired.
Shut up. What DBZ?
Yeah, and then and then I've got a really cool like Life Keys shirt that's going to be coming out, and that's going to be a part of the packages that people get when I go on tour, which all the dates got pushed back, as you know. Now we've got it set up for July, so that's going down. But I've got a T-shirt for all the VIP buyers that are going to get a special shirt that's only going to be available through those packages. And yeah, I mean, yeah, I've got a few other things in the work that aren't necessarily particularly album related, but just a few other things that are going to be hitting the store in the next few weeks. Just did the Champion collab to do that, to do some jackets, which was pretty dope. I did some Dickies shorts, some Dickies Robbie G shorts, so that's pretty cool. I'm stoked about those. Yeah, man, that's about it on the merch front right now for me. I mean, I'm just and then I don't know. I might have a couple other things up my sleeve that
I will say from
I'm
a
not
from a
mentioning.
person who studies every single person who is as an artist standpoint, you're completely like levels above me. You know what I mean? And so anybody who is above me in that sense, sorry, someone in the chat asked just what not doing shoes.
Shoes.
Yeah.
Everyone's been asking for them, and I've got a company that I can finally get to go with them, but things haven't really been happening and moving forward on that front because honestly, it's expensive as fuck to get the first prototype and things going in terms of that. So
Actually,
I'm holding off on that for probably the next 3 to 4 months, but I would say look for it in like fall to the end of this year is when I would be planning to release
actually,
something like that.
remember my boy I said that
Or
was
at least
handling the engineering and
prototype.
producing for our track. He just
Mhm.
got shoes made for his company, so you might want to talk to him about it too. I could, send you him over.
I have a link. I
You have
have
a
a
link?
link
Okay,
right
okay,
now. So,
okay.
but I mean, I'm totally down to check out
Always
that
good
and
to
at
have
least
options. Always
compare
good.
compare prices and see.
Okay, okay.
But yeah,
Now
that's
let's get to the
definitely
real
definitely
business here,
something
though.
that's coming.
Let's get to the real stuff here, because I figure we've got a little bit of time. Give them all some background. I kind of want to give people like more, maybe a side of it. You're an artist who always, you're very, what is the word I'm looking for? Your communication with your fans is very on point, and you always are very like, what I mean, you're very solid and very real with what you're going through and like everything and that, like, so I think it's kind of a weird topic to say, like, I want to try to show the fans something that's behind the scenes that maybe you don't always get to speak on, that maybe they might be interested in. So like I was gonna say, the one thing that I always respect about you is like, so I mean, you have connections and you've done work, and I mean, as you say, you've been blessed to work with so many people, from a range of, say, Billboard charting artists, say, like, or a big name, say, like Snoop, or what I mean, like, just bigger names. And as well, though, you still got mad respect and you still put in the work with, like, say, I don't want to say backpack. I don't want to say backpack, or there's, more, some people might classify it backpack, or like, then there's like, more hip hop and conscious heads. There's like more hard hip hop heads that are listened to and know of. Like, not many people know who like Shot Claire is. You know what I'm saying? But you got respect from it, and like, if you do the research on him, he's a Canadian like legend. You know what I mean? And so like, like, from your artist going from, what I mean, recording at one place to doing all this work and working with all these people, is there really any advice could you give to that like kid sitting in his basement right now thinking like exactly what you were thinking back then, whether it was your mom's basement or what I mean, your aunt's attic, or whatever you're going with, some kids in foster care, what I mean, what would you say, like, as a person in your standpoint right now, advice to say, like, if you had like three sentences to just give them to say, this is what I think about all my experiences.
All my experiences in 3 sentences.
No, not
Wow.
all your experience, but I'm saying you got 3 sentences to give them, and just be like, you gotta give them the best advice you could. You don't have to be 3 to 4. It could
Best
be
best best
it could be
best
more.
advice in 3 sentences. Um, well, one thing I would say, what you're talking about, like artists, yeah, giving respects to the greats and the legends in here is like, again, it all comes down to respect as an MC and as an artist, and like it doesn't really matter what stature you're at, as far as like if you sold a bajillion records, if you sold 1,000 records, if you sold any records, if you sold no records. If you're dope, you're dope, and I'm gonna support you. And there's a lot of artists that I saw that were dope as fuck, and I saw they were dope as fuck before they started like blowing up to bigger levels. And you never know who's gonna blow up in your circle, which is so like, or not even just in your circle, but anywhere. So just always maintain like respect with everybody that you work with, because fucking, they say when you go up or when you come back down, it's the same people you pass by. You got to make sure that you maintain good relationships with people, because those people on your way up, you're gonna see them on your way back down. And like, if you're a dick or something like that, like it's
Karma, what
not
goes
gonna
around
be
comes around.
not gonna be beneficial. Or even if you just misjudge people or just like treat them differently, thinking that they're less than or something like that, like you should totally treat like the janitor the same way that you treat the CEO.
Amen,
Like, and
amen.
that's a real
I
thing,
live by that.
it's like, and I really try to live by that. Like when I'm doing shows and shit, like the people getting thanked, like, are not just the artists that I work with that come through, not just the fans, but like the people who are picking up the trash at the end of the night, and the people who are mopping the floors and sweeping and shit.
And
Like,
I
they're getting
can
props before I
I can
leave
attest
too.
to it
Like,
too.
fuck, thank you.
like I've been to shows with you, I've worked with you, you know what I mean? Like I can attest to the fact like this isn't for people watching, this isn't something like he's saying on camera just to kind of like big himself up. Like it's not just one show, it's not just that. Like this is actually my next question. Just that's my cat. Sorry guys about the noise there. Your food's
That's
over.
my advice. I'm not just saying it to big me up though.
I
That's
know,
my
but I
advice
just
to
mean like
people
that's
is
really
like
you
live your
though.
life
Like this
like
isn't
that.
just
Treat
something you're
everybody
like
good.
putting in people's mind. Like this is really you. Like I've seen you at shows and like even from beginning to end, like you know what I mean. Like the person, like the youngest kid to the like the richest person, or like the bartender to like the dish kid. You know what I mean. Like I've seen that's really you. I'm just trying to say like so people watching like it's like I'm saying like I've witnessed it. This isn't just something like
Mm-hmm.
I'm interviewing you and you can say whatever the hell you want. Like this is really what you like. That's him.
Yeah, no, I do that. I try to live that way, and with everything, man. Like fucking, not just with shows, but just with life in general. Um, just treat everybody with respect, and you never really know what somebody else is going through too. So that's the other thing I want to express too. If you're saying asking for advice, is people are snapping at people for no reasons nowadays, and like going off on people and getting mad at people about differences of opinion, particularly regarding like this whole situation that's going on in the world and everything like that, and just people at stores getting into arguments with other people, and just I want to speak on that and just say that um, accepting other people's opinions and understanding that not everybody is going to have the same opinion as you on something is so fucking crucial and fundamental to one, people's sanity, and two, to just getting along in this world and like spreading more love to each other and having love and compassion for each other. Is like, unless we can understand that like people are going to have a difference of opinion on things, like we're never going to get anywhere. And sometimes someone's opinion could be completely left field
Preach.
from you, could be
Honestly.
completely different, but you have to sit there and just go okay. And I've had to do it sometimes recently. It's felt like it sucks sometimes too, like unless it's really out there, like if somebody says something and they believe in it, I'm not going to challenge them on it. Like, and that's the biggest thing. If people are online, like you see somebody else's opinion that differs from yours, and then instantly they're like, oh shit, it's my time to let them know what's really good. I'm going to hop on here and go and spew my fucking verbal diarrhea so that I can express how I feel and just say that my opinion is more important than yours,
More valued
or
in a way. Like it
more
matter. Like you
more
know what I mean.
valued, or
Like
it. My biggest thing is just to say, accept that other people have a difference in opinion. It's going to be different from you. It's not always going to be the same as the opinions that
it's
you
gonna
have,
happen. It's life.
and you got to understand that, and that's completely okay. And like the beauty of that is the diversity of humanity. And if we have an issue with a difference in opinion, then we should have issues with a difference in how we look. Oh, what, you look a little bit different than me today, so I should be judging you differently. That's the exact same mentality that's all in skewed together. And so the same shit, if you're differing in opinions, then obviously it's like, oh, I'm going to judge you because you're like this, or because you look like that, or because you're like this. You know what I mean? It's all, you just got to understand we're different. Everything's different. And that's the beauty of life. And if we were all the fucking same, and if we all had the exact same thoughts, life would be boring as shit. It wouldn't even make any sense. I don't even understand that if life was all the same.
My
If we
bad.
were like little robots.
I just actually it just clicked into me. I can see the chat. You can't. So you got some people viewing in K by the River. Loving what you're saying. My boy Adam saying facts. K by the River saying 100. I'm
Much
not gonna
love.
say this guy's name. Big Fag. A difference in opinion should be a good thing. It's diversity. It's open thought. It's free. I'm just letting you know what people are saying. Apologies to cut you off. I was just gonna say even sorry, just putting on to the next topic actually has to do with what we're saying, with what we're talking about here. Is I've known you for a little bit, you know what I mean? We're not like, the best of friends. We worked here and there for on business, so we're kind of acquaintances.
Quite a few years now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right? And so this has to do with my next question. But the one thing I will say is, out of all the years I've talked to you, seen you talk, seen you speak, even when we're doing concerts, you've been so calm. So like every year, you're very in control of your emotions. I think just how you were just explaining everything right there, that's the most emotion I've seen you speak about. Like, like, you know what I mean? Like, if I want to get you going, like, I can see it in your face. Like, if I want to get you going, I'm like, I know how to push your buttons now. But now, the reason why I was
I
just
shouldn't
saying,
even get upset. I shouldn't even get upset at that. I was like,
I know
I
I can
was
just see, like,
aggravating
it's the
upset at
most emotion
myself,
I've
but
seen in you. Like,
I'm passionate about it.
passion,
It's not
sorry,
me.
yeah, like, on,
Yeah.
like, in your face, like, I can see, you know what I mean? But that going into what I was just going to talk about next is, so people who are watching that might be tuning in from him. I was just gonna say, why don't you, you know, I can always speak on it, but why don't you speak on just your first experience meeting me to where we are today, essentially as an artist, from meeting me at that point to now I'm interviewing at this point.
I mean, I would say the first time working with you, you know, some artists you can see have uh, a business sense of things, and some artists don't. You know what I mean? And I feel like you have a business sense to yourself. You
Respect.
understand business, and just like understanding how to create that for yourself and how to create um, opportunities for yourself, like what you've done with the club. So seeing you kind of figure that stuff out, and watching and seeing like, see, I'm a learner off of other people. So how
Just
I
like I am
got
as
to
well,
where
yeah.
I am was from watching other people in my scene. And I'll give a big shout out to, Peter Jackson, who's inspired the fuck out of me and helped me get to, because I
Peter
would not
Jackson,
be
yeah.
where I am without him, and like what he's done to help, one, get me linked in with a lot of those artists that I mentioned before, through his company, through Val. Our agent that we work with, that's partners with him, through those people, and from my other business partners and stuff. It's not possible. So I watch them, like Jeff Cavamedia, like I watch my partners, and I'm just like, okay, I see what they're doing. I see the types of shows. I see what's being booked. I see how things are done, and I see how I could put myself in a position to be able to help with that, to help facilitate what they've got going, help partner with them, but also to help expand what I've got going. And that's something that I think that you see the value in as well. Is like, you'll watch somebody and you'll take lessons and notes and be like, okay, these are the steps, like people that you're influenced by in your community that you've mentioned and spoke to me about before. And you see those people and you're just like, okay, this is the spot, this is the move that I need to make, getting to the owner role, getting into this position, getting into this, releasing like this, having, moving strategically. And
In
that's
in a
done
chessboard
by
fashion.
watching what other people are doing,
Mm.
right? Like, am I wrong? Like, it's not
No,
like
yeah.
you just
I think we
thought of those ideas or came up with them out of the blue or something. And it's the same thing with me. I didn't just think about, oh, I'm just going to create a company like out of the blue. It was like watching other people, what they're doing, and said, hey, this is what I need to do. This is an essential piece of the puzzle. And I'm not going to be at that level until I get these types of things and start acquiring these things and putting myself in that position. So yeah, I think that you've done a great job at doing that, and seeing you obviously evolve between then to now. In a business sense, obviously it's elevated, but as an artist sense as well. Like, um, I think any artist, you get better with time, and it's just like anything. If you fucking, you know what I mean, if you record 10 songs in 20 years, you're not going to be that good. But if you record 100 or 1,000, like, the more that you do, and the more time that you're spending on it, and the more energy that you're putting into it, and the more stuff that you come out with, the better that you're going to get at it. So um, you, and along with other artists that I've worked with in the scene, like, I love, that's a part of what I do, and I love seeing that. I love seeing an artist come on the stage for the first time, you know,
You were there for
and
my
you're
first big show.
giving them a big opportunity, like the Obi Try show, that was a big show for you, and and then see them progress, and the next show that they come out, how much better that they get, or how much confidence that gives them to be able to be in front of a good solid crowd and soak it in, and how to network and make that a big part of it too. Because, like, we're not just there to do the show because it's a cool fucking thing to do. We're there to do it because the fans are there, and they're the most important part, and the people are there. And I see you do that
If
as
I may,
well.
really quick, it's funny.
You
One of your
talk-
fans, Holly Gummid, just commented, "Robbie, is it my bad? Who is this you're twitching with?" And she commented, I don't know if she just started tuning in, but we were just kind of talking about how we like have worked together throughout the concerts and stuff like that. And we just, I'm an artist in Canada who is in Niagara specifically.
We've done, yes. This is
For
Aero
years.
Styles. Done a bunch of shows together.
If you remember the
Niagara
Cheers
Falls,
concert,
Ontario,
the Cheers
represent.
tour with Obi Trice, he put me on my first big show with Obi Trice. I remember I just moved to Niagara and I came from Brantford. And shout out to Swish Styles. He's on our new Streamers Network playlist too. He's the one that linked me through to Robbie. They gave me my first chance, and it's just kind of been going through there.
And that's another thing too. Salute to Swish. But again, you wouldn't have been in the position that you were to be ready for that opportunity had you not put in the work yourself and then and connected with those right people in the scene that then have connections to another person or whatever, right? So it's like it's all watching what other people do and being like, I need to get connected with this person. I need to see what this person does to get fucking all connected.
Okay. Before, so I know, but we hit the half hour mark, so that's kind of when I wanted to get in the serious topic. But
let's go.
Before we start moving forward, what are you sipping on? Actually, real quick, what are you sipping on, boy? What you sipping on?
We sipping on this no boats on Sunday.
Okay.
And it's a Wednesday. We're on hump day and drinking some no boats on Sunday. And this is shout out to Carrie, one of my biggest fans, biggest supporters, and just an awesome human being out there in Peterborough. She has included us in her fucking wine gifting list, and so she sends wine and like boxes of it. It's amazing. So we get wine all the time, and in the last shipment there was a few of these peach ciders. So
hey man,
I was like,
if you need some Niagara College wine, I know there's a really good bar around here. They just got it stocked in, and we can ship some out. I mean, they can ship some out. I know a good guy. I know the manager. He's a good guy.
Okay.
But
okay.
Let's get into some real topics. And just before we start moving forward on this, because for those of you people who aren't such, say, specific learners, like, I don't want to say it's like me or Robbie, there's multiple people like us, but to hear a story like how he was just speaking on me and speaking on like how we would learn things, like we've spoken at before on a phone call, just how, we'll watch a performance and we'll look at them, say someone on a higher level, even just someone who maybe we feel is maybe doing a better kind of there's different keys to different performances. And Robbie can speak on it, obviously. Those kind of key standards, like, we watch and we learn. For what he's speaking on, though, is for, like, those people, at this time in life, like, say, 10 years ago, Robbie, 10, 15 years ago, if you ask yourself, would you have been here? You obviously wanted to get somewhere in the same aspect of where you're at, but would you expect it to be where you're at, doing what you're doing? For example, you just wrote a book, my man, you just wrote a book. Did you, 15 years ago, did you
I probably didn't see it 10 years ago, no. I mean, when I first started, I had, like, I've got big goals, I got big dreams and big aspirations, so I still feel like I haven't reached the stars yet. I'm shooting for the stars and landing in the clouds.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm willing to go the distance, you know what I mean? And yeah, it's great what I've done, and those are cool accomplishments, and like, putting out, what's more important than the shows that I've done is the content that I've put out. I feel like the amount of videos that I've done, the amount of CDs that I've done that are lasting legacy, they're online, all on there forever, and I'm happy with everything that I've put out and created. So that's a big deal, you know what I mean? That's a big thing, to have that and just to keep on producing tons of fucking shit and yeah, I don't know. Did that answer your question?
A little bit, I think a little bit. Now let's hit to the heavy stuff, because I want to start a Q&A in 10 minutes at 7:45. I want to let people, like, at the comments kind of shoot any questions they have. If not, then we'll just continue. But so, like, more of the hard hitting questions, I just wanted to get down to the seriousness. So business wise, as somebody who is building a brand, say it's somebody who is just starting from scratch compared to say somebody who is in my position where I've kind of had a little bit off the ground. Like, I don't even want to say I've developed a following, but I have like a little, I've scratched the surface. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What's kind of advice you could give to those people building a brand that would, you know what I mean, that could hold to moving forward throughout business throughout all their life?
Focus on it. Make it be the thing that is your driving force, but make sure that you love it, because if you don't love it, you're not going to keep doing it. And you got to love it, but also you've got to be able to embrace hard work and be able to do shit that you don't want to do sometimes. There's going to be things in business and in whatever creative endeavor that you don't like having to do, you know what I mean? Like, it's fucking inevitable. And you can either bitch and complain,
Language,
do the
bro.
work,
Language. There's children. I'm kidding. I'm so kidding.
do the
I'm
work,
so kidding.
do the work, or fucking hire out. You know what I mean? You got
Work
three
more,
options
hustle, and
there.
motivate.
And typically when you're starting out on your own, you don't have the funds to hire out, and you got to do it yourself. So wear all the hats if you have to. Wear all the hats, and don't be afraid to learn something new. Oh my god.
Learn so like how you like move forward, like yeah, like
We are living. I read an article recently, or no, it wasn't even an article. It was a post that a friend of mine made, and he said we're living in a time where people, the access to information is like this, like it's infinite, like, or I mean, it's instant, and you can get information from people that are in your field, that have been doing things for longer than you, and know things that you don't know, and you can extract that information and you can learn. You know what I mean? If you pay attention, and if you apply too, and if you put the work in as well. Like, you can't just watch a bunch of YouTube videos and fucking take a few courses,
them people,
and then
bro. Them
like,
people watch 3 YouTube videos and they're like, oh, I could go do that, and then they go try it, and it's like,
and then they
wait,
fall on their face, right?
there's actually something to do. There's actually like this is actually needs work. Like I need to try and keep going. Like
Mm-hmm. So focus is a big thing, and then and fucking laser vision on the outcome, and visualizing what you want to create for yourself, seeing the goal as if it's already happened, seeing the accomplishment as, I've done that already, it's already there, I've done it, it just, time hasn't caught up yet. And then working towards making that happen, not just sitting there and hoping that like it's gonna happen, it's just gonna fall in your laps. And the universe rewards momentum. It's so important for people who are in motion, and people working towards their goals and heading
Amen.
towards what they want to get. The fucking things start lining up. It's a natural fucking law of, you can call it the law of attraction, you can call it fucking, manifestation, you can call it whatever name that you want to call it, but literally, if you're working in a forward motion towards your goals, and you see it and you work towards it, like, it's not going to happen. The people who are complaining, and the people who things aren't happening for them, are the people who don't actually want to put in the time, and who are lazy as fuck, and that are afraid to admit it. And I've been that person too. There's still times where I feel like, hey, I'm being a little bit lazy right now, and I need to go out and get it, and fucking, I need to wake myself up and shake myself up and be like, what are we really here for? What is the purpose? What is the reason that we're on this fucking earth? What do you think it is? I think it's to help people. I think it's to give the knowledge and share what we have to help uplift other people, and to help them understand that they can make their dreams come true, and to be shining examples of that. So everything that I do, is part of my mission, is just to show people that they can do that too, and that it's possible for them, just purely by living my life, and doing what I'm doing, and working my ass off at it. You know what I mean? And seeing and watching the greats and other people kill it, and then saying, hey, I can do this too. But for you, like, what is your purpose? What do you feel like you're here for? What is
you asking me the question now? You're asking
Yes,
an interviewer the question.
I'm flipping the interview,
Bro,
G,
this is why I fucked you. This is why I think we're so much
very
alike.
important
Any
question.
interview I'm in, I always flip it. I'm asking them questions now. But what do you
Very
think my
important
purpose
question.
is? My purpose, and like that's an in-depth question with me. I don't know. That's gonna take a lot longer than we have. My purpose, man, If I could sum it in 3 sentences, I'll give you 3 sentences. How about that?
Okay.
3 sentences, just like I got you to give me 3 sentences. My purpose. So a sentence, it might be a run-on sentence or two, but whatever.
Yeah.
I find with my purpose, honestly, is it's on my Instagram. It's been on my Instagram since about 2014. It's just live life free. Since I've been little, I've always, and that's all one word in the sentence. I just did that for emphasis.
Okay.
Always freaking was always told, you're too young, you don't know. You're too young, you don't know. You'll understand later. You understand that. Well, I understand now, and I think I've been able to prove to myself at 25 that, you know what I mean, I'm a lot farther than a lot of people who are twice my age, just like yourself, or even, you know what I mean, even 3 times our ages, knowledge-wise. But then at the same time, you ask us about it, we're, you know, we undersell and we're the most humble people about it because we still have so much more to reach. I feel like my purpose is to do what I feel is right to me and to follow my passion, and as well try to inspire people to really see their worth and their passion. That's really what I feel my purpose. It's because there's too many people who that I find. Sorry, that's my 3 sentences for the purpose. On to the next. I find there's too many people who don't really see their worth. You know what I mean? They don't see their worth and they don't see their passion in life, and they're struggling to find that passion or even their worth in a sense, and in a lot of ways. And it's just a lot of people are so in this area of position where this is where they are in life, and they want to keep it that way. And they're not, you know, this is their box, and like that's where they want to stay. You know what I mean? And they say they want to be their own boss, or they want to do this, or they want to do that. But then they have the opportunity placed in front of them to start making the steps, even if it's just a little pebble in the pond, to start making steps to building a path to do it. They get scared, or they started making excuses. And I think that pertains to them seeing their own worth. You know what I mean? Like they don't see the worth of what they really could do. And when you push them, sometimes you can push people too hard and it becomes negative. You know, you lose friends that way. But as well, too, you have to have a certain respect for who you want to keep around you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't have people around you.
The best ones will stick around though.
Yeah, for sure. Now we got 2 minutes to Q&A. We got a couple people here. I don't know if there's going to be some questions. I just got one. How much longer are we streaming for? We have Robbie on for about 15 more minutes. 17 more minutes. And then I'm going to be doing a reviews on the UFC 262, giving predictions, watching some previous fights to Chandler and Oliveira. But get yourself ready. You know, might be hit with a bunch of questions, might be hit with 1 or 2, might do a quick speed round. I might just ask you 20 questions in 30 seconds to see how many you remember. We'll see what happens.
Okay. It's fresh. It's funky. We're mixing it up. I love it. I do got to get off like a few minutes before.
Yes. I know.
Your time because I got the next thing to jump into.
Before I announce the Q&A, before I give them the start to go, I will say me and Robbie are working on a track right now. Keys. Doesn't have to pertain to the album he's doing right now. I approached him about the track. Got it featured. Gonna plug that in, and I'm really excited for us to finish that. It was a beat when I heard it and wrote to it, and then I approached him about it. He said, "Send me something you think I could be on," and it was perfect for him. And I'm really excited. I previewed a little bit. If you stay on a little bit after, guys, I might preview a little bit more again. I didn't put you on your verse though, because we gotta put some work on it. And they're unmastered, but I did get in the chorus and maybe 1 or 2 of my verses. So gave him a little bit of pressure. Okay. So Q&A starting now. We got a first one here. You guys start shooting them. Do your thing. First Q&A question. Well, we had somebody say, you never lose friends, you lose acquaintances to our conversation before, and that's very true. You know what I mean? You never lose real ones. Or there's a big name with Nipsey.
The ones that matter. The ones that matter stick around, and the ones that don't were never meant to be there.
Or as well too, when you have true intentions, you never lose anyone; they just lose you. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. Very true there, bro. Very true. Dick Fago. I'm not really comfortable with saying that. But okay, so we got the first one.
Fago, shout out to Fago.
Why did I knew that was gonna be your boy? Well, I know that was gonna be your point. Okay. So
Well, most likely it's if it's a Fago thing, then it's a Juggalo. It's probably
true. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Actually, yeah, very much so. I didn't click that in.
might
My
be
bad.
wrong.
So, all right. So, first one coming up. Holly Gummid, if that sounds familiar. Holly Gummid. Robbie, should I wait till you move to send a gift?
Wait till I move. Yeah, what's the date here today? It's May 12th. So
I think it's May 13th
May
here.
30 May 31st is when we officially move into the new spot. So if the package gets here in 10 days, you can send it here. If it's not going to get here in 10 days, then I would say wait until like May 29th, 30th, and then you message me and then you can send a package. But thank you first off for even offering to send a package, because that's cool as fuck. And yeah, I'm just blown away and super blessed with all of the cool stuff that people have sent.
Okay,
Yeah,
you gotta get off a few minutes early. So we got a couple more to go through. She also said street
yeah,
team meeting. Is that a question? Like maybe when the next one is?
yes,
Yes.
yes. It's popping. It's popping. You can say yes, it's popping.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's popping. That's it. So she,
yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
really say anything else.
that's all you gotta say.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's popping. She can hear us, so yes, it's
knows.
popping. I will put it in the chat too. Yes, it's pop. That's sick. You guys got your own code words and shit. Okay. Dick Vago, Rob Smith. Does that sound familiar?
Yes,
Yeah,
hell
that's Dick Vago there. Hey, shout out to Rob Smith then.
In the place to be.
Love T says hi. My bad. I almost missed Big Kev. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Big Kev asked, what was it like to work with Merck? Come on. What was it like to work with Merck?
What was it like? I would say it's cool as fuck. I mean, he's awesome. He's talented as fuck. He cares about what he does, and he's just a genuine dude. So, cool as fuck working with him. Anytime we do shows together, it's always a good time. Every time he just keeps getting bigger and bigger. So the tours just keep getting bigger and bigger. And the last one was massive. So I'm just I'm always impressed with everything he puts out, and yeah, he's crushing it always. So salute to Merck, and yeah, thanks to everyone who's checked out the record that we did, and yeah, hopefully we'll have something in the future for you. I don't know.
When you did that record with Berg, I would try to get through this quickly because I think we have one more here. I'm still kind of new to Twitch. Like one of my boys, Laura Barrett, he's been following my YouTube for a bit. Always commenting right away on my new videos. He came through with a raid with 4 other people. I just want to say hi. You guys got a few minutes. Throw some questions to Robbie if you can. He's got to hop off right before 8. So hit me with some questions real quick if you guys want to get it out to him. What I was just gonna ask you now, I got a question is. When Execute, we just finished up the interview with Robbie real quick, and then we're moving on to the UFC. But Robbie, so like with working with Merck, is that like, I don't know if you could relate it to. So like, you know what I mean? Was it sort of like, so with me, my first chance as an opportunity to work with an artist that's bigger than me, that I respect on a level that I continually want to work with, is yourself. You know what I mean? When you got your first opportunity to do that. Is that like sort of how you felt similarly when you got that chance to work with Merck? Was it just like, oh wow, like I can, you know what I mean? This is just like the first time, like, you know what I mean? It's just like not the exact same, but you know, the feeling was sort of the same. Like this is gonna keep happening. You know what I mean?
The first big person that I got a chance to work with was Cannabis. And,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
We did a record together, and that, like, I did a show with him first, and then got his information, reached out to him, and he smashed it. He was supposed to just do a verse for me, ended up doing a verse, did another 8-bar verse where he shouted me out in it, and I was like, this is crazy. This is like a legendary god MC to me, you know, somebody who's like respected in the industry, has been fucking crushing it for years, like is doing a record with me. This is cool as fuck. So that gave me confidence for sure, and then that just helped me work with like a bunch of other people. Like I don't know, I feel like Mocha was either like right around that same time, same with like Diabolic, Reef the Lost Cause. These are all people that I like looked up to, that I thought were like, you know, way doper, super dope artists, and just wanted to work with them, and wanted to also help them build in Canada and in Ontario too. So yeah, I'd say though that gave me the first kind of like boost at the beginning, and since then, yeah, I mean,
We got one more here. I think we only got you for like 4 more minutes. I'm hoping maybe
yeah.
6, maybe 5. But your boy Rob Smith. I don't know how
Yeah.
he likes to be pronounced, but Dick Fago. Who's your favorite artist to work with on an artistic level so far?
On an
I know
artistic
you're not gonna say
level.
me. You don't gotta flatter me like that. It's okay. I know he wants to say me though, guys. Don't worry. I know he does, but it's my. He's the
We
only.
we haven't spent time in studio
Yeah, we're working
together.
on it though.
But
We're working on it. We're working on it.
yeah, that might happen. That might happen. But yeah, I mean, then I would really get a chance to see how you vibe with it on an artistic kind of like
Yeah.
sense. Working with Evil is really fun. His creative process helped change and helped improve what I had going on. So I really want to give props to him. Just having him in the studio a few times and doing songs with him, like he puts the beat on, goes in the booth, and just catches a vibe and just like starts rhyming and saying some things, some spots out of place, some like not there, but the melody and the whole like vibe of it is there, and then he steps out and kind of like creates around it and gets everything finished perfectly, and then hops back in and lays it down fresh. And like just that process alone made me kind of change how I went about it.
That's actually really quick before we almost have you. I know you gotta go early too because he's got a next meeting. You got some other stuff. You
Or
got
I
there's
can,
another.
when I get a question, I can like answer it for
I
5 minutes.
know. You're like me, bro. You're like
Stop
me.
myself and be quick.
But
Yeah.
it
Okay.
reminded me of a question I really wanted to ask you. Just so people know, like in a sense of, I know recording artists kind of get a point to it, but there's some recording artists who just go into the booth, record it, and then walk away, and they're like the engineer can handle it, and it really sets a difference between an artist who goes in, and you know what I mean. How many like say for Evil is you know what I mean he's got his own thing too as well. He's on his own level. You know what I mean. When he goes into the studio, you've worked with him. Like how many times or how much time does it take for him to do a track? Say like if he's like say it's an off day. You know what I mean? Say it's not like where he's in a zone where he could just go in and fucking mash it out and he knows exactly what he wants. You know what I mean? In your opinion, like I don't know how he was when he worked with you, but just as an experience as an artist, I want people to try to understand how much it actually takes for an artist to create a song. You know what I mean? It's not that they just go into the booth, spit the bars they wrote, and then it's done. Like it's a lot more to that. You know what I mean? Sometimes it can take you, you know, when I was first recording, it took me like 10, 15, 20 takes to even get the right one where I was happy with. You know what I mean?
It could take even more than that. There's
Yeah.
stories. I always refer to a story where Eminem talks about. I think in an interview he said he had Lloyd Banks in the booth recording his like 8 bars for that "We Run It" song. Yeah, we run it, where it's like
Yeah.
with the caches and all the fuck
Yeah.
with 50 in it and shit.
G Unit.
Lit ass record, so good. Yeah. Um, oh my god, that's what now I need to listen to that song again. But anyway, he said he had him in the booth for almost 2 hours, I think. 2 hours recording 8 bars. So imagine Lloyd Banks at that level. Lloyd Banks, millions records sold, part of G Unit, killing it, crushing it. Eminem's the engineer. He's sitting there 2 hours. He's still at him. Yo, that's not good enough yet. That's not good enough yet. Keep going. Keep going. That's not the one. That's not the
Imagine
one.
being in like you're going in like this is the man put you on. You're coming out of the booth and you're like, man, I want to go get some smoke. I want to get some drink or something. I want to go fuck a bitch. Like think about like what's running through Lloyd's back. Fuck, he was probably just wanting to get fucking home at that point. You know what I mean? He walks out of the studio.
Maybe, but
One
at the
more,
same time, if
one
you're
more.
like, yo, Marshall's engineering this shit, I would give him all the respect of the day.
I
But
can
at
say
the
it's
same
time, but
time,
that's
he was
at that
probably
time of day. Like back then, he Marshall was Marshall, but he wasn't Marshall to us. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't like the first CD I ever bought was Curtain Call. I had to buy clean. I drank a fifth of Kool-Aid. Dare me to drive? Like motherfucker, I be sitting there singing with my friends. I drank a fifth of vodka. Like they be going vodka Kool-Aid. I'm like, nah, this is the word. Nah, this is the word. Nah, this is the word. Like going in arguments. Oh man. Like I don't think like at that point though. I'm just being like, think about like you know what I mean. Like think about you from 10 years from now. I think you'll be at a very higher level. I know you got to cut off in a few minutes, but I mean I know you're gonna be at a very higher level. And I guarantee people who I can see it, so you know what I mean. But people who treat you in business nowadays, as a young business entrepreneur, like people who look at me and they come into my bar, and when they see me behind the bar, they start talking and then they ask for the owner. I'm like, oh yeah, he's not here. Why? What's up? And I want to see how they talk to me, and then they realize I'm the owner. Then they talk completely different. I'm like, okay, I don't really want to work with you at all. You didn't treat me, my bartender, the same as you treated the owner. Like, nah, just like how we were pertaining before, talking about it pertaining to what we were talking about before. Treat the janitor like the CEO. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I do believe I gotta let Robbie go. He's a busy man. I was very lucky to be able to get this. We did this on very last minute. I'm very happy to be able to get you on here. Hopefully, we can get you back on maybe
for having me.
in some time soon, maybe after the song drops, or maybe right before the concert we have coming up in July. Hopefully, everything goes good with that. Other than that, bro.
Yes.
Thank you very much for joining us, and thank you for blessing us with some knowledge. I'll talk to you Sunday, actually, I believe.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I wish you well. Wish everybody in Ontario well with all the crazy restrictions and everything going on there. And I hope everything
before you cut
good.
out, one person, my boy the Barbarian, says, I still have those pink socks, Robbie. I don't know what that means.
Still got those pink socks.
I don't know what that means.
Okay. I don't either, but that's awesome. Say cool, dude. If you got pink socks, I probably want them because, like.
Do you not have pink socks in your merch?
Well, they're not. Well, unless these referring to like the socks, but I guess you can kind of say they're a little pink. They're like red and white,
yeah,
and then
your socks.
So
salmony.
Maybe he's saying these ones.
Yeah,
are
those
pink.
ones. Yeah, those.
Okay. Fair enough. Maybe he's referring to these ones. Well,
sign off.
Still got a couple here. You got like maybe 10 of these left. That's about it. So, fucking it. Much respects, brother. Thanks for having me on. And yeah, peace, man. We'll chat soon. Peace.
Yeah, man. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go to a quick intermission while I set up to do the reviews of the UFC. If you want to stick in real quick, give your predictions. We're going to review some fighting by Charles Oliveira and Michael Chandler, see what they got, and give our predictions. Y'all want to make some bets and lose some money? Well, hit me up on Facebook. This shit's, I can't do it out here. So, but I'm going to hit some intermission. You guys get a playlist, some local artists with Robbie's new music, some of my music, and another artist's music as well. And make sure you pay attention to that playlist because we're going to be adding a lot more artists to it. If you're a local artist who wants to get some music on it, send me it. This playlist is ready for streamers who will be using it constantly to stream your music. So we're trying to promote and grow. Yeah, bro. I'm still streaming. I'm gonna throw in an intermission. I gotta, do a little tingy. I'm gonna go, hit the boys' room. Walk my dog mainly, and then I'll be right back with the setup for UFC. My man. Bless for rolling through with that raid too, bro. Bless for rolling, man. My respects. Every Wednesday we're gonna have great content like this. I'm gonna throw in intermission, throw in the Spotify. I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back. Okay.
Just move. Let me see what you got to prove. I wanna see how you move. Let me see what you can do. Just move. Show me how you get down. Move. Bring out all your friends now. Move. Show me how you work out. Move. Everybody